be life-changing. Verse 3, St. John chapter 8, verse 3, he says, "And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery. And when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?" And this they say, tempting him, that they might have to accuse him. But Jesus stooped down and with his finger wrote on the ground, as though he heard them not. So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, "He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her." And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. And they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the elders, even unto the last. And Jesus was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. And when Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, "Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee?" She said, "No man, Lord." And Jesus said unto her, "Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more." Now, under the law...
Now, hold on. He said, "Go and sin no more." Now, I don't want you to think that go and don't smoke no more, don't drink no more, don't commit adultery no more, because I'm freeing her from that. They didn't throw those stones, did you? They know they all sin and fall short of the word of God, so they had to throw them stones down and leave. So, I'm not telling them don't go and commit adultery again. I bet that's the first thing you think when you think of sin. Don't go do nothing wrong no more. No, I ain't throw her back under the law, cripple dollar. I ain't do that. But I said go and sin no more, and go and don't judge and accuse nobody, because today I saved you from those who was accusing you. So I don't want you to go and accuse no more. You see what I did for you today? Stopping them sinners that came from the devil to judge and accuse. I stopped them from judging and accusing you and stoning you. So go and sin no more don't mean don't go and don't drink no more, don't party no more, don't commit adultery no more. I ain't mean that. But you don't have to go do all that. I saved you. You don't have to do that no more. But what I'm saying is, don't sin no more means don't accuse nobody. Don't judge and accuse nobody. Now you finna get off into something else.
All which Jesus was the priest operating on, it would have been absolutely according to the law to take this woman and to have her to be stoned to death. But Jesus said, "I don't condemn you. Go, knowing that I don't condemn you. Go, knowing that I don't condemn you. And with this gift of no condemnation, sin no more." Now that's God's way of dealing with this under the new covenant. It's certainly not man's way. The law was something that God brought down on man's level. Man's way is equivalent to the law. But Jesus said, that's not my way. I know what the law said, and I know what you were caught doing. But where everybody else that was caught doing something, why they didn't throw the stone? Jesus said, now it is going to be possible for you to carry out this appeal. Go and sin no more, because where there is no condemnation, there is now the power to be able to overcome what overcame you. Now look at what Jesus said in the book of John 3:17, because while God is very concerned about keeping the lives of his people free from worldly things, yeah, there's nothing about what I just said that gave you a license to go and just do something crazy. There's nothing about what I just said that said adultery is right. Nothing. God is very concerned about keeping the lives of his people free from.
No, he didn't say adultery was right, but he didn't say adultery was wrong either. He did say adultery is wrong. Adultery is in the law, Creflo, dog. We all know that you shouldn't kill, steal, destroy, commit adultery, or lie. Now, how many of them that do you do? You know what I'm saying? The problem is sin ain't judging, ain't smoking and drinking and going to nightclubs and having sex, Creflo, dog. It ain't got nothing to do with having sex. Sin is judging and accusing, working for the devil, judging and accusing, like you do every single day, Creflo, dog. You have not one day that you don't judge and accuse the world of not being deserving of what God got for you. You know, you're the only one in the world that God will try to give something to, and you won't take it because you'll sit there and say, we don't need to take that because this and that and this and that, and complain and murmur all about it. That's all you do, man. You just work for the devil and work for Satan and just be his right-hand man. That's all you do, because you ain't no spirit that can show up and do nothing to nobody.
Worldly things. But his approach is way different from condemnation. Look what Jesus said in John 3:17. He said this, for God sent not his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved. So there are unsaved people doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And the Bible says Jesus was not sent to condemn all these unsaved people. And yet church people love sitting back condemning people who are not born again. And people.
Man, don't nobody sit back and do that. Y'all been judging, smoking and drinking and sex and all that stuff. Creflo, dog. The judging and accusing is the problem. You the problem. You preaching on the problem. But you preaching it like you ain't no judging and accusing devil. That's what you doing. You acting like you not the main character that judging and accused for the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Who are born again. You think that that's the thing God has called you to do. And he has not called you to condemn the world. Jesus says, I didn't come to this world to condemn it. I didn't come to this world to judge all of the...
One thing, you got one thing wrong. I'm the one, I come for them that are Christ, those that are Christ at my coming. Y'all was hid in me. Jesus prayed to me in John chapter 17, 11. It said, keep them through your name, Holy Father, them that you have given me, so they will be one as we are. So I had to come get everybody. So my agenda and Jesus' agenda, two different agendas, Creflo dollars. Jesus didn't come to condemn the world, no. But I did. You know what I'm saying?
The stupid, crazy stuff that's going on, they've already tried that before time. There's a new way of doing this, and he says, I didn't come to condemn the world, but that the world through me might be saved without condemnation.
You turned Jesus down. You turned me down, fool. You turned me down. You denied me. You didn't accept me, fool. You said I was Adam and I messed everything up, fool. Now go on about your business, man. Your altar toe down, man. You ain't supposed to be sitting this preaching nowhere. You supposed to be at home doing something else, man. Get off this thing. I ain't gonna mess this up no more, man. I tell you, ain't no more preaching. Ain't no more preaching. Y'all ain't got nothing to do with judge and accuse and make yourself look bad, man. That's all you doing, man. Making yourself look bad.